We live?
We live.
We live.
We live. Welcome back to the Opinion Factory podcast, the podcast for free thinkers and challenge seekers.
Yes, sir.
I'm Khelil.
I'm Alex. Hey, we got, an old college friend of mine, the IT man himself, the living legend. What's up? What's good, Ruby? How you doing, man?
Good, man. First time, long time.
Yes, sir. It's
Friends
been
from
too
college?
long. Yeah, man.
Weren't you a scumbag in college?
Wow. Whoa.
Doesn't that make you a scumbag too?
Whoa.
I used to hear stories. No, you used to tell me your stories yourself.
What stories?
We're not going to say them here, but you used to tell me them yourself.
About how it was a good...
No.
All right, man.
No.
This man slandering my name now.
You used to party with him and stuff like that?
I didn't even party that much in college, man.
Yeah, man.
Right.
He was a good kid.
I was in the gym.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's what you guys are? Just good kids, huh?
Of course. I mean...
I wouldn't associate him with him otherwise, right?
Of course.
Is that what's going on here?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yo,
Sir.
full of shit, you know that?
I don't know what you mean, man. I was a good dude in college, man.
You're going to be friends with a scumbag, but not be a scumbag yourself.
Oh.
So, that's where I'm coming from.
That's where you're coming from. Is
Yeah.
that fair? Can you answer the question?
I mean,
It's coming,
that's a tough one,
Can you associate with people that aren't like you and not be those people?
Of course. But, that it's a sticky one sometimes because sometimes, people will brush off onto each other. So it's like...
Of course,
Yeah, but then why would you even associate with someone that
might
is
brush up on you.
engaging in scumbaggery? You know what I'm saying? Like you would not knowingly associate with someone that you know is a scumbag unless you yourself are okay with that kind of behavior. And that makes
What
you
if
a
he's
scumbag
entertained
yourself.
by scumbag behavior?
You can be entertained by it, but not be
like-
friends with that person.
But you hang around them, so you're kind of friends. It's like it's not what I do, but you know what I'm saying. You
Do
entertain
you
me.
stop it? Do you condone it?
You just let it rock and entertain you.
Nah, if you condone it, then you just as bad.
You don't condone it. You just let it rock.
Yeah, that's
not condoning. That's not the
you're
same thing.
letting it
Yeah, I
happen.
mean, like,
That's
if
not
that's
the same
No,
thing.
you're letting it happen.
If that's one aspect of their life, but I don't mess with him because it is,
Bro, think about it like this.
Would that be fair though?
All those videos of the police abusing somebody, and there's a lot of police officers just standing around. I don't know. He's just him. It's not me. It's just him. I'm the good one. You know what I'm saying? It's just him. They're just as bad to me.
What if they are the good apple though?
They're not if they're just standing around while this is happening.
Well, in this situation, the police are, sworn to protect the people that the scumbag police is hurting, though.
Yes.
In this hypothetical scenario,
Isn't the police just there to enforce the law?
Yes.
They're not really there to protect. That's what we'd like to think.
Okay, they're enforcing the law, but then they took it too far. And
So this is one guy bashing your head against the concrete, while there's a lot of police officers like, oh, it's not me, so I'm good. They're just as bad, bro. That's a fair game of being guilty by association.
But that's police. Police is a little different. Ruby and I just guys. We're just pals. In this hypothetical situation, where I am a scumbag, which is very hypothetical,
He just happens to be.
If you're at a party and you were doing some, I don't know.
which I haven't done before as well. But continue.
Let's say you were doing a line of coke, and Ruby's here like, "Oh, here's my buddy Alice." You're still rubbing your nose. You're still rubbing your nose.
Got it on
It's
his
my
nose.
boy. What would I think about Ruby now?
That Ruby hangs around coke addicts.
What would I think about Ruby now?
That Ruby hangs around coke addicts.
That's not where that ends, bro.
You think Ruby does coke too?
I would think I would think so, actually. I think that would be a fair assumption. If he's that okay with it, I might be wrong. I'm okay with being wrong.
Okay.
I hope I'm wrong. But that would be a fair assumption to make, I feel
We
like.
sober boys on this podcast, man.
I mean, one thing I didn't know about Alex was he hung out with like serial dog kickers. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I listened to one of the podcasts. I'm like, whoa, Alex.
Who's that? Who's the dog kicker?
We got name names here, bro. Don't worry about it, man.
But think about it like, what about if you want to talk about friends, we got Ellen and George Bush. They're buddy old pals.
They are.
Ellen's hanging out with George Bush.
Ellen got in
at a
trouble.
football game.
Ellen
I
got in
think it
trouble
was.
for that.
And now she's getting torn up for it because she's associating with George Bush.
You know what? Before I speak my piece, how you feel about that? I know you. Go ahead.
Boy, George Bush not no normal person.
He not a normal person.
Yeah,
He not a normal person.
He's committed a lot of atrocities. Brought us to war on false pretenses. So he's not just George Bush.
Nobody's
you know what I
perfect,
mean?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Nobody's but the thing is, with me, I think if you're gonna fuck with somebody, you gotta be able to defend them too. Like, you need to be able to. You need to fully. I mean, damn, this is a tough one.
No, but you make sense though. You're gonna have to. You want to be able to defend your friends.
Yeah.
Because how else would you justify your association with them?
Yeah.
Imagine being friends with like a war criminal. What would you say?
That he was a very bad president.
Nice to me.
He was a bad president, but he was a good person. He went on there on false pretenses that he thought were true.
Did he think they were true?
I mean, but he might have thought they were true though. Honestly, not to defend George Bush or whatever, but he might have thought they were true.
So this is not to say you can't be friends with people who are deeply flawed.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want to say your friends got to be perfect and all that.
Of course not.
It just depends on where you draw the line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, would you be like Chris Brown still got friends after what he did? I'm sure R. Kelly still got friends after what he did. I'm sure Trump still got friends.
Of course. But if you're that person's friend, and if you were their friend before, like we talked about the Chris Brown thing, right? If you were Chris Brown's friend before he did that, like that's the only known time he's ever done that shit, right? It's the only known time he's ever physically abused his girlfriend, domestic. Yeah, it's the only known time.
Right.
So if you're his friend, would you be like, oh, you're a piece of shit, or would you be like, oh, he was way out of character, maybe he was on drugs or something, or like something just like way out of character happened, or maybe she aggravated him in a way that he just wilded out.
If that was my boy, I would say he was wrong, and potentially it was.
But would you not believe if that was your boy in the first place, and it's so out of his character to do something like that? Would you not at first be like a little defensive of him in the first place? Because like you said, you'd want to defend your friends, and if that's your boy, you'd be like, okay, he never did this before, so either she did something that really violated him, maybe she hit him first, not to justify like the extent of level that he beat her. But maybe he hit her first, or maybe like he was under the influence of some drugs or something like that, because he's never been like this before. So I'm not just gonna be like, okay, now you're a piece of shit now. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be one for like justification, but like, if I really fuck with this dude, I would be like, yo, that's out of character. That's not him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And additionally, like, we all know he did it, right? There's no questioning. You know what I mean?
No, there's no question he did it. But
the thing is where's your state of mind afterwards? Like, is he apologetic about it?
Which he was.
If the dude's like, nigga, fuck that. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll
do it again. Like, I'm not, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I don't think I'm fucking with you no more.
Yeah, no,
you know
that's
which is fair.
Yeah, like, everybody makes mistakes, That's a crazy mistake, but
So George Bush didn't make any mistakes?
He made one too many. One, two.
So he's
never apologized about it.
In a position of power, I mean, he was very bad at it though.
Yeah.
Right. But a lot of people always say like Dick Cheney was the one really pulling all the strings, all this type of stuff. So a lot of people say that. So maybe George Bush wasn't as influential as he thought he was. He was just the guy signing off on this other guy's actions. Maybe that's how Ellen sees it. I can't speak on what Ellen does. She said she's
like his friend.
Oh, all right. Slow down, buddy. I can't get in Ellen's mindset, but me trying to get into her mindset, she's like, okay, he fucked up, but he's a really nice guy. He paints really well. You see, Michelle Obama gets along with him really well.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, Ellen's not his only friend. And just because, so if he's a bad president, doesn't mean he gets no friends ever. Like, everyone has to be like, oh, fuck you, stay away from me. Is that how it goes now?
And if you're not as repulsed by him as the general society is, does that mean you automatically condone everything that he did before?
That's why the subject's a tough one.
You can't say that Ellen.
Speak your mom, man.
Can you really say that Ellen is okay with everything George Bush did because she's okay with chilling with him at a sports event?
You can't. No. There must be some aspect of him that makes him fun to be around.
He seems like a charming, like from the moments we see of him in the media now that he's not in the not president anymore. Yeah, seems like a really nice guy. He does like his painting thing. He's really good at it too. If you've seen any of his paintings,
I haven't seen it.
They're really good. And then like I said, whenever he's with Michelle or Barack, they always like joking, having a golly old time.
But now, why is everyone attacking Ellen?
Why are we attacking Ellen, Ruby? What's going on, man?
Like when that came out and was like, this is my friend, even though we have differences.
Because it's George Bush, though.
So because he was hated before, then that just transferred over to Ellen? That's not fair. Ellen's probably one of the most loved people in this country.
Yes, she probably is. She's a wonderful person. Or she seems like a wonderful person.
And she was just subject to all this hate just for saying, I'm okay with George Bush. I'm okay with being at a sports event with George Bush and being friendly with him.
I think that goes back to what I said earlier about like being apologetic about your things or being able to defend your friend. Because like Ellen could be back on Twitter like, yo, George Bush did blah 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 blah, but he's apologetic about it. Like that's why I fuck with him still. Like she didn't defend him at all. She just like let it. You know what I mean?
What if
it would have died if she was like, yo, George Bush is cool as fuck, bro. Like he apologized about that shit. Like it's not that deep. You know what I mean? I think it would have died. She didn't do none of that.
What if she thought that there was nothing he should apologize for? What if she was someone who...
Well, is that the fair way to judge Ellen, though? Like, given all of Ellen's activities, all her donations, the way she treats people, like you said, Ellen's one of the most loved people in the world. Is that really fair to do that when she has already shown you her character to be great? Like, she's shown you she has great character.
Not at all. And I feel like as people who knew Ellen in the past, right? Like, we know Ellen's character, so we have that context to judge her from. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like...
Oh, so it's like, what if it's not like as public a case?
Right. It's not like George Bush is hanging out with some random person and we're assuming what type of person that guy is. We know Ellen. We know the type of person he is, so why are we directing all this hate towards her?
And I also don't like the aspect of, George Bush was a terrible president or maybe even a terrible person, but now you can never recover from that and never make friends again. Is that how it goes now? Is that what we're supposed to do?
I mean...
You got to apologize first, apparently.
With this same... thing. I mean, like,
but how many politicians ever apologize for anything though?
When you apologize, that's admitting you're wrong, and who does that in
politics?
politics?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So not to get into a political spill, because but like elaborate. Like, what were you about to say?
I mean, like one of the things that people were saying with Bush, and I don't want to get political, but like, what if they were like, oh, what if Ellen did the same thing with Trump in the future? It's like similar.
But now we're comparing two very different.
They're very different presidents, yes.
I wouldn't.
But like at the same time, it's like
you wouldn't hate her.
I still wouldn't hate her.
And the other thing about George Bush too is he was president when we was like little kids, so
I wasn't really following politics that much.
We can't even gauge how fucked up any of the things he was doing.
But we can see some.
Trump is
we
like
can see some.
now.
We can see some of the repercussions of it, though, right?
Yes, definitely, 100%.
So maybe gauge off the repercussions. Like, now you're able to understand how he handled Katrina or how he handled Iraq.
Honestly, even if she did it with Trump in the future,
you wouldn't be mad?
I wouldn't say she's a piece of shit now.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Her track record speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
in Trump.
So do you think people just think this persona is fake? Then it's just a TV host thing, and she's not this great a person? Cause initially you kind of like beef with like the association, or you didn't not beef with, but you didn't like the association they had.
You said I didn't like.
Yeah, well, I thought you didn't like. I remember reading like one of your comments, and you're like, "Oh, Ellen's friends with George Bush."
Yeah,
and like it's kind of not like a good look.
Yeah, that like you need to be able to. It's important who your friends are, like.
Of course, yeah. No,
like I was just thinking about like Bloomberg. He just apologized recently for stop and frisk because now he's gonna run for president. Mm-hmm. He just apologized for it now.
He was the mayor of New York, right?
Yes. He's a stop and frisk guy. Now he wants to be president.
Now he's apologizing for it.
Now he's apologizing for it. So like that's the same. Like if Ellen was fucking with him, like. It's like, bro, that's the stop. Like, you know how many families? How many families this man?
I understand that, but because I don't only want to focus on political examples, but the one political example I really do want to focus on is the Ellen and George Bush one specifically because of all the backlash he took, and I just don't understand. Like,
and I think
all right, birds of a feather stick together, right?
Right.
It's the most common phrase. You like your friends. You hang out with your friends. You'll pick up their lingo. Start calling people scumbags. Start kicking dogs or whatever. Yep. Right. Mm-hmm. If you're that type of person, and then you're probably gonna become like that person to an extent. Mm-hmm. Do you think it's possible that I can hang around somebody that maybe I just find entertaining, maybe I just enjoy their company, but not become like them though?
Yes, and those people I don't consider my friends really. Those people you need to meter. I mean, but what if not for everybody.
Yeah, go ahead.
Those people you need to meter how much you are around them. Like, let's take I love subjects like this because they can like transcend all types of topics. Like, let's say basketball, right? You played with some bums before.
Of course.
You seen your game start to like diminish. You know what I mean?
No, of course.
And then you start playing with some people that's elite, and now you play. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so.
Of course, yeah.
Same thing with every aspect of life. Like,
naturally,
you chill with people who are bums, you're gonna end up a bum. Like, it's really that simple. Like, I have friends in my life who don't do nothing with their life. Like, but they're still my friends though. but like I don't like.
I'm
not with them all the time.
Okay.
So it doesn't rub off on me.
And you don't feel like you'll ever be in a situation where, even if you do chill with that person all the time, you're gonna bring them up to your level, that you'll get them out of whatever rut they're in, or maybe elevate their game.
That has happened. Yeah, like I'll rub off on them. But like you just have to be careful. It's like on a day-to-day basis. You just have to be careful that they don't drag you down with them. So at the same time, it's difficult to really consider them your friends.
Yeah, because
you're not.
Because now you have to be wary of them, like their bad habits rubbing off on you.
So is that
like, what kind of friend is that then?
Mm-hmm.
So is that like how married women don't like their husbands to hang out with all their single friends, like that kind of thing, because they be doing single things? And so she's gonna think he's doing single things.
I think it is. And I mean, I'll reverse that situation. So if you had a girl, and her girl, your girl's friends are they clubbing every single week. They always talk about how they hook up with guys every time you're around them and shit. Yeah. You're not gonna be like, damn, my girl chills with these guys a lot. I mean, she chills with these girls a lot. Like she never, her friends never got into her ear one time. Like, oh yeah, who cares? I'm not gonna say nothing. Like you never gonna think that. Like if it's all the time type thing, no matter how much you trust your girl, honestly.
Yeah, it might cross my mind.
But you'll never think.
I wouldn't hold it against her. I'm like, don't go out no more.
Everybody
you wouldn't hold it against
like a support system.
Of course.
So one day you fuck up, her girlfriend's gonna be like, I told you, girl, fuck niggas.
Of course.
Exactly.
But if your girl is that type of, if she is hanging out with those people, and those are like her best friends, or her, like let's say her only friends in this situation.
You know what? I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah. So it's
I
like
have a small issue with that.
Yeah, like she can have, like, I'm not saying all her friends have to be in a relationship or whatever.
And
but
she can go out to the club.
Yeah, of course. But if they're in the situation where you're always doing this type of stuff, anytime you catch them in the living room together, they're always talking about, oh, I was with this guy this day. The other friend's like, oh, I was with Jamal yesterday. All this type of stuff. You're gonna be like, all right, hold on, what's going on? What's going on here now? What's going on here now? Yeah, she's just listening, right? Like, first of all,
what should we say when I'm not there, huh?
And she might just be gossiping, whatever, because just they like to gossip or whatever. But at the same time, you're gonna think, these chicks might not be my girls. Is like influencing her some type of way.
How can she relate to them if she's not even participating in this?
Exactly.
This thing?
Maybe she takes it for entertainment, maybe. But still,
and she's always with them.
Always with them. That's what I'm saying, son.
Oh no!
Like, can your girls friends be promiscuous and your girl not, and then everything's just cool? Like, is that how things work?
I would want her to maybe hang out with like her Christian friends more often.
Christian friends.
It can't just be them every weekend. I'll have a problem with that.
You have a problem with that? Is that fair to have a problem with that though?
Yes.
Your girl just can't be like, I'm the holy one. I'm the non-promiscuous one. I'm not even say holy. I don't want to say holy. That's the holy. Holy is the wrong word. Holy is the wrong word. Excuse me. I'm the non-promiscuous one. I'm the homebody. She can't be that person.
She's not the homebody. I know that. I'm home. She's not here. She's not.
I'm not pro keeping them from her friends, but like you just gotta pay attention.
That's where I'm coming from.
But then who wants to do all that work though?
And no matter
if it's really a problem.
No, but like what he said, no matter how much trust you have in her, and I'm all about trust. You can't be with somebody you can't trust. No matter how much trust you have in them, if every time you link up or you hear these girls talk, they talk about hooking up with guys, pass out drunk on the concrete, all this stuff, and your girl is always with them. What is she doing while they're doing that? And she's not here. Your
friends like define what your reality is. So if her reality is nigga after nigga after nigga, and she got a boyfriend, she's gonna think that's just kind of corny now. Cause all her friends, bro. You know what I mean? Like you just gotta be concerned. You might just have the different one, cause that's what they gonna say. But
you're different.
I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not gonna stop you from being with your friends.
No, like honestly, like you said, you gotta meet her. You gotta meet her. I'll feel the type of way for.
You feel the type of way. Was that fair though? Like
at the same time,
the same. Like we were just like defending Ellen a little bit. Now we're just kind of like feel like we're going the opposite direction.
No, but put yourself in your girl's shoes. What if you're married and me and Ruby are just out here doing our thing, and we tell you about it all the time, but you're not participating. But every time your girl is like around us, that's all we talk about.
I'm the setup man. I'm the wingman. I'm just the wing guy,
Why can't you go be that thing? The wing woman.
The wing. How that work? I'm the guy that helps you guys prosper and flourish. How's my girl being?
Maybe she's the guard. Maybe she protects the group from
what?
ancient dudes that trying to approach me.
Maybe she is.
Maybe she is. Every group got that one. You can't even approach before you get through her.
Oh, the cock block?
Yeah, that could be your girl.
I see. So that's my girl's job?
That could be your girl, but that's what she's saying, but do you believe that?
Man, do I believe that? Shit. Well, actually, no, I don't believe that. You know what?
Why?
Because these chicks is hooking up every single day. That's why I don't believe that shit. That's the only thing they talk about. What you mean, bro?
You can only block so many cops.
I don't believe that, man.
That broke me.
I won't believe that one for sure.
So you can't have whole friends without being a hoe.
Ooh. Using names now? Shit.
Is that what we're talking about?
I mean, man. Listen, man. If you have some guys or girls around you that engage this type of activity, you might try it out. Like, probably you're more than likely to try it out. You be like, maybe I'll give it a go at this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Even if you're in a relationship, it might cause you to break up or cheat.
Even if you're in one, but if you're not in one, I feel like you'll definitely try it out. The relationship might be the thing holding you back, but just like having those type of friends, having those type of people around you, you'll be like, you know what, you guys do this thing all the time. I might try it out. Like if you're someone that doesn't drink or doesn't smoke or whatever, but all you do is hang around people that drink or smoke, you might be like, you know what, I might try this one time, see what all the hype is about. These dudes are always talking about this, so they're always doing this type of shit.
Most people do that.
So like, yeah, you know.
All right, but like to be fair, like as I was saying before, I mean I have friends with bad habits that like don't rub off on me. So
but you don't spend as much time with them, right?
Yeah. Oh.
That's the thing.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean there are people I spend a lot of time with who they could rub off on me,
but they don't.
I mean, yeah, like a lot of people I've grown up with, you know, are in different places or in bad places, like locked up or like not with us right now. So it's like,
okay,
you know, you know what I mean? I turned out okay, you know what I mean? So like, you can say that you mean have some faith in your girl. I don't know.
Your mom, because it was your mom that told you to stop hanging out with those dudes, right?
I didn't always listen. You know, and
Okay,
you know, my mom don't know. Oftentimes it was my idea. This shit like, it's like stop hanging out with those. You know what I mean? And then meanwhile, this dude doing better than me. With a master's degree and everything. Exactly. I don't like that boy with the dreads. That nigga's doing great for himself.
So maybe we should give our girls more credit.
I'm not saying that they automatically are this person.
I'm not saying that either.
But it's possible. I mean, it will be fair to have your doubts, I would say.
Yeah.
Because it's fair to judge someone by their friends, I would say. I would say it would be fair to doubt Ellen, maybe.
I think you'd be a fool not to.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It would be fair to look at who Ellen's talking to.
Yeah, but I can't make that assertion that she's this person because of who she's hanging out with.
Unless, what if she was talking to David Duke? Just buddy with him.
David Duke had the KKK, for people who don't understand.
Yeah.
That's a little like, there's limits to things, man. You know, there's limits to things, certain things.
No matter
man.
who she is now.
You know?
Doesn't matter who she is.
Can't do that. Can't do that.
It's tough not to get political.
Can't do that, man. Can't do that, man. Can't do that. Hey, man, say what's on your mind.
It's tough sometimes. You got a political view. You don't look around yourself and go, damn, that nigga agree with me. You know what I mean? Like, bro, that's all I'm gonna say, bro.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yo, bro, like,
I hear what you say. Like, damn.
Like, yeah, bro, taxes, right? Like, I fucking hate black people. At what point are you gonna go, oh, bro, I don't agree with you, bro?
You told me that. I told you that I went to the cookout with the Trump supporters and we were having a good time.
Yeah.
But what did they just talk about? It's fucking Mexicans, always drinking the water. Then I would have had a different time, you know what I'm saying? But thankfully, the conversation never turned in that direction. But it easily could have.
But then but is there another? Okay, so maybe like you never truly know somebody, So maybe they just keep these agendas hidden then, or like they just keep those things in the back pocket.
So now we have a path to legitimately think that Ellen might not be who she's been portraying herself to be. If she's hanging out with people like George Bush.
Or she could have changed. Money changed you. You know what I mean? Like,
but
she probably wouldn't have.
Money, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's fair. That's the thing.
She didn't come up and switch up on dudes, you know what I'm saying?
No. So if your girl switched up, but what if your girl switched up, though? Like, your girl was hanging out with all these whole friends and then...
She wants to break up?
Nah,
oh, no,
now she's just like a homebody
wifey
now.
Material now. But she still got these. She used to chill with all them, right?
No, what if she used to be a hoe? And I say hoe, but I'm not saying that as like an insult.
Of course, of course, man.
It is what it is. It is what it is. That's the term that we use for promiscuous woman. She used to be promiscuous.
And men.
And men.
Yes, of course.
She used to be promiscuous, and now she's a homebody. Would I be okay with that?
Yeah.
Is what you're asking?
Would any doubt seep into your mind? It was like, damn, you used to do this. Oh, you just think she changed for the better?
Yeah.
It's all love now.
Until she gives me a reason personally to doubt her, then
that's
why?
fair. That's fair. Maybe her friends, gave her like some tips about how to be a little, keep it dude to the side real quick, keep it dude in the dark,
Until she gives me.
That's 100%.
Her past isn't that important,
No, what if
to an extent.
Yeah.
What if what if her friends are in relationships, but they're all cheating?
Oh, and they're cheating?
And they're cheating.
Oh.
And she's in a relationship with you, and those are her best friends.
This is when you play good boyfriend, and you have conversations like, how your girlfriend doing?
You would question it, right?
No. You gotta be slick with it. You gotta be like, yo, how you go? She's still cheating on her nigga? How you feel about that? You know what I mean? That nigga right? And she says some shit like, you gotta give people second chances. Like, she's like, no. I mean, I don't agree with cheating, but like, if I cheated on you, you give me a second chance, right?
Bro.
And she get mad at your response?
Leave her.
Like, right?
She say yes. She's like, I'll give you a second chance.
Huh?
I'll give you a second chance. You cheat on me, I'll give you a second chance.
If we said that, or she said that?
No, she said that. Like, you asked her if she cheated on you? And she's like,
no, she's asking that question.
Oh,
she's asking you, yo, if I were to cheat on you, give me a second chance, right? And you say no, and she get tight. That's a red flag.
You don't love me.
Like, really? Really? That easy? No, that's what they do. That easy? Like, yes.
I'm so sorry.
No doubt about it. What the fuck?
What if you asked her and she said yeah? Like,
huh?
What if you asked her, like, if I ever cheat on you,
would she give me a second chance?
Yeah, she said yeah.
No dumbass.
Well, this man violated today, dog. Can't be chilling with these dog kickers, man. Cannot be chilling with these dog kickers, man.
Right.
Come on, bro.
That's why I do that. You find out the other levels of scumbaggery, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So I can understand that when you're in love, you would agree to some really messed up things that you really shouldn't be agreeing to.
She probably has some really low self-esteem, and
she got no self-respect.
Yeah.
No, she's either really, really in love, or she just hates herself.
Like, you have to understand, she already pre-decided. She's gonna forgive you. Like, bro.
I couldn't. Either way, I mean, it's flattering, but it's also very, very concerning.
Yeah, bro.
Because if she do it for me, then does she expect me to do it for her?
See, this is tough, man. You just have to give everyone their fair shake and say fuck their friends. Is that what you gotta do now?
No.
Is that the fairest thing?
No.
But would that not be the fairest thing to do though? I was like, I know this is who you hang around, but you can be your own person.
Yeah, and I was going to that. Like she got back to your example, right? Whoever's example was. Like, if she has these cheating friends, you know what I mean? She's talking to you about these cheating friends, and she's like, yo, it's so fucked up that she does this and that. And like, you get a window into how she thinks.
Why are you friends with her?
I mean, you're not always friends with somebody for that. Like, she's probably a really funny person. She's a great person. Otherwise, she just happens to
like you said,
you can be friends with people who have completely different values than you, as long as they're
but it might just be one value though. Yeah. Like, for example, if let's say, I'll use this example, right? I feel like we're getting way too many political examples this episode. I'll use this example, right?
It's easy with politics.
Yeah, but this is one that's a lot of gray area. You have like a really strong stance on abortion. And I don't have a stance on abortion. I have the opposite stance on abortion.
Okay.
That's completely, like, we have two, and those are two strong values that we both hold, right? Like, so we're both opposed. But I can still be friends with that person, right? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's still possible where you can, like, there might just be a couple things where the value system is not the same, or the value system is the same on opposite ends, but we can still be cool, and I can still be judging my own person for that. Because I'm not, like, that's fair, right? That should be fair.
In that situation, it is. But the thing with cheating, that's a matter of character, and abortion isn't.
It depends on who you ask.
Yeah,
depends on who you. It depends on who you ask. Abortion. It depends. It completely depends on who you ask.
Because both sides want what's best.
It depends
for the baby.
It depends on who you.
It depends on who you ask. Because people say you killing babies or you killing fetuses, whatever you want to call it.
You're an evil person.
You're an evil person. Or if you're not, and then if you're doing the opposite, then you're an evil person. So it's a very question of character right there. But then, like I said, those two people can have those two varying stances, which have very different values on. But they can still be friends though. So maybe that's the case with, like, your girl or whatever, like, or just someone in general, like freaking Like, say, a coke addict or a drug addict. Or not even a drug addict, just someone that likes to wild out, Like, they go to restaurants and they just act a fool. Don't know how to act in public. That person is always going to try to embarrass you in your friend group or whatever.
Right.
Just be like mad, loud, and ratchet. You can still technically be friends with that person if you just don't go out in public settings like that, or you just don't wild out around you. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I guess, but then you would have to limit your friendship with them. I mean, could you still be considered friends with them? Is what I'm. They could be an acquaintance at that point. You know what I'm saying? But a friend, by his.
What if y'all trust each other? You always got each other's back and everything like that. Yeah. This still be your friend. If they always got your back and you trust each other with your deepest secrets, all this type of stuff, that's still a friend.
But then
there's just
all the time.
Yeah, there's just certain capacities where it's like, yeah, you're kind of a scumbag, but you're still my guy.
I mean, yeah, I agree with what you're saying. Where like they have this flaw, there's a possibility you have more flaws behind that. Like you have a flaw in your character that you're even capable of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I have like let's say you have a friend that cheats on his girlfriend.
Yeah.
That don't got nothing to do with you. But if you don't got no loyalty behind the girl you love, like, you know what I mean? Like, how you feel about me?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
That's fair.
I'm not sure.
I really like that example.
Based on how you treated me, I fuck with you. But like,
yeah, you can act like this to other people.
Yeah, you love this
it's like,
girl, bro.
If you act like that to other people, why should I fuck with you? Or why should I think I'm gonna be exception?
You know what I mean?
Like if I'm in that situation where it's like, yeah, then you do all this fucked up shit to people you care about.
Yeah.
And it's like those people that always have something bad to say about other people.
Yeah, it's like
what do you say about me when I leave?
Yeah, right.
You know
you probably saying the same exact thing about me.
So that's why I was coming from with the character flaw. It's like once you can do that, like he said, like what else are you capable of?
But if they haven't shown you they're capable of anything else, though.
They have shown me.
Okay.
The fact that they're capable of this, it translates to other things.
But it could be different, like the abortion thing could be different values, though. It could just be different values you hold.
I was thinking about this one, too, before we came in, right?
Go ahead.
What about a dude that, like, don't take care of his kid? Like, you don't, like, he got a kid.
My value system is, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, like, bro.
That's, like.
You don't give no money. You don't try to see the nigga, like. Bro,
can't be cool with that beast, man.
Bro,
but if you're cool with it for a long time and he's cool otherwise in every single area,
like,
there's certain things that cross that line, man. Like, the other day, that deadbeat. I'm happy you brought that up. The other day, I was talking to somebody, and they were going off like, I'll be a deadbeat. I'll be a deadbeat dad. I was like, what? I was like, what? And I'm chilling with my other guy. I'm just looking at him like what?
Premeditated deadbeat.
A premeditated deadbeat, bro. He's going on about this situation. This man's going on about the situation about trying to justify his deadbeatness, right? So he's like, if my baby mom's trash, or if I move away to like a different state, then you gotta be a deadbeat, right? Like if you live in Massachusetts and you move to Cali and you just never see your kid, you don't see your kid twice like a year. Right?
He'd be okay with that.
Yeah, he would be okay with that. Which I'm like, you know what? I might give you some leniency in this specific situation where like your baby mom's is really trying to keep you away from the kid.
Well, yeah,
and then you're all the way in like across the country. I might give you a little bit of leniency, bro. But if you're like a town over and like my baby mom sucks and I'm not gonna see my kid now, I might have to. I might have to goofy that man next time. No bull, bro. Me and my other boy, we're just looking at him like what's good with you, bro?
Just make sure you're gonna spend less time with him.
No, we said it to his face. I'm like, bro, you're tripping. Like, you're tripping heavy, bro. Don't do that.
This nigga already got nothing to worry about.
Right?
He's like, are you pregnant? I already planned this out.
This man think about situations where he don't gotta stay for nothing, bro. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, what? Like, what? You already planned on this shit, bro? Who your baby mom's gonna be in the first place? Like, damn, son. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's definitely certain values that do cross that line.
So there's certain values that you need to share.
Certain values you 100% need to share. For some people, it might be something like abortion. Some people might be like something like deadbeat dads. Excuse me.
Or honesty.
Or honesty,
everybody
of course.
Got their lines, I think.
Everyone got their lines, yeah. But is that like I don't know what Ellen's line is. I don't know what my girl's line is. Like I don't know what those are. So in those situations, like And is it even fair of me to enforce my lines onto them?
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like that's why people got so mad at Ellen for these other people who are guilty by associations, because you're enforcing your own barriers on them. So you're saying you shouldn't be okay with this because I'm not.
Exactly. I don't like that. Right? I don't like that. I hate that. Maybe there's something like there probably are like some exceptions to where it's really clear and obvious where it's like, yeah, this person, like the David Duke thing, where it's like, yeah, let's just start killing all these, start killing all these black people here.
Some people might be happy about that. That's the thing.
Those are the wrong type of people. So you can have those situations, but yeah, that's not fair of me to put that assertion on you. And then to even a better example than the Ellen one is the freaking Donald Trump thing with Billy Bush. Remember when that Access Hollywood tape came out?
Yep.
And Billy Bush is just there like laughing.
Yeah.
When he's like grabbing by the pussy.
Mm-hmm.
This dude got his life ruined. I'm like,
he did?
Bro, he lost his job, lost ton of his sponsorships. I'm like, this dude wasn't like, yo, grab him by the pussy, yeah. Like he was just there like laughing.
Yeah.
I'm
while the other guy who was saying it became president.
Yeah.
Which is a crazy thing.
Which is crazy. But at the same time, it's like, is that fair of us to like, why is Billy Bush get punished?
I have no idea why Billy Bush got punished.
If you watch the tape over again, he's literally just laughing.
Even at the time, I thought that people were just mad about Trump.
No, people were, and then people were mad about Billy Bush did not call them out right away. Where it's like, yo, you're out of line.
Because he was on his show. He was trying to get good content.
Yeah. No, and they were behind the scenes, so it was just like a private conversation.
Right.
So it was something like.
So would Billy Bush in that situation be like the police I was talking about earlier, who just stand around like, it's not me?
But no. Because in this situation, the police officer's not doing any type of job. Like he's not any community type role. He's like Trump's just talking. The police officer's being somebody's ass.
I think the thing is you need to take some responsibility, even though it's not you saying it. And I know this more like at my age now, like you have the ability to, even without saying anything, direct the conversation in another direction. Like if he had said that and the dude like he didn't laugh or he was just like nah, you know what I mean? Trump would have been like, all right, I'm not fucking with you, I'm not gonna talk to you no more. Or he would have directed the conversation in another direction.
But his job was also to keep Trump happy though. His job was like to keep Trump happy, keep the show rolling, get some good vibes. Like if you piss him off. And then now you got, I got a segment with Trump, and 2 minutes later, now that the camera's back on, he's not going to fuck with you. He's going to be like, fuck you. Like, you just got me mad now.
That kind of goes into selling out, though.
Does it, though? No,
because if he would have pissed off Trump, he would have lost money, right? Because I don't know how much
But it's even his role to even call him out, though, in the first place.
It doesn't matter if it's his role. It's just his values, right? Like, yeah, he would have lost the Trump, support or whatever. But he would have, would people even have known about what he did if he would have done that? Like, maybe that's what's going on in his mind. Like, this is inconsequential. I can say nothing, I can laugh, and this will pass over, and then it'll be done with. Or I can speak up, lose Trump, lose all that money, have no one know about it, and now I'm asked out for my own personal reasons when I didn't really have to be.
It's really, like, it says a lot about who you are, how you behave when nobody's watching. So, like...
But it's not even about people watching,
that says a lot about
his
both
life,
of the people
it's about his business.
It does, but if you don't act a certain way... that other people would like, is that right for them to call you out on it? Like, okay,
that's another thing. I think it's society's job to keep people accountable and like shame people when they cross the line, because it keeps society like the way it should.
Which is what we do.
But
like
then
if you're doing something like you bouncing a ball in the house and your mom scolds you, you're not gonna bounce the ball in the house no more.
But you don't see how I can go too far, go the wrong way in the scenario though. Where if I'm shaming the wrong people, or if I'm just shaming the wrong thing, or just with the, and then another instance is right. I don't know if y'all remember the case, but it was a very public case where Junior died. The kid up in New York.
When he got cut up by
cut up by like 6 guys. It wasn't even the right guy they were trying to kill.
Yep.
And then the next day later, they shut down the bodega. Everyone shut down the bodega before any of the facts come out.
Oh, because the bodega owner didn't help him, right?
Yeah. And initially it looked like it didn't help him. But then when the video comes out, the next video comes out from the bodega store, because they're only using video from outside the bodega store. When the video from the bodega store comes out, you can see him trying to get the kid behind the counter, and the guys really pull him out from behind the counter. I'm like, the bodega dude's trying to help him. Like, what's it gonna be now? 2v6 instead of 1v6?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that shame could go in the wrong direction too when it's not used in the right direction, or it's used wrongfully.
Yeah.
So do you see where that can be like, it won't be fair to that person?
I think we jump on things sometimes and we don't have all the information. We just jump on it. It's like, You know what I mean?
Like what if Ellen already gave an explanation for why she was friends with George W? You know what I'm saying? And it was a good explanation. So she was like, okay, this is why we're cool now. And like, okay, it might not meet your standards, but it's a decent enough explanation to be
But
cool
I
with them.
think that comes with being a friend with him. And I don't think we should shame everyone else for talking shit. Because we like, yo, we want some answers. Ellen, like, why you know what I mean? Like, you're friends with Dave Duke. I want to know why you're friends with him, bro.
But that's
You know
different.
what I mean?
from
Like,
shaming
you
her,
need
though.
to answer, you know what I mean? You need to answer for your friend.
But that's different from shaming her for it, though. You can say, you know, why are you friends with this guy when he's done this and that? And she can tell you why. But it's something completely different to say, you're a piece of shit for being friends with this guy. Don't you know what he did?
Yeah, like I feel like
And that's what happened.
I think
feel like
name
that, yeah.
calling probably.
I feel
you know
like
what I
that
mean?
Billy Bush thing was just completely a situation where these people are like, yo, get this dude off the air. He should have never been around this situation. And this thing came out, what, like 12 years ago, 13 years ago?
Yeah, it was like 17 years old.
That's
So,
another thing I have
I'm
a
like-
problem with too when
yeah.
things come out from like years ago. Like
I'm like,
you're
nobody.
a completely different person.
Yeah, you're trying
10 years later.
to reflect on this dude's character from not only 15 years ago, but at the same time, I don't think this dude ever thought Trump would be president. I don't think this dude ever thought like this shit would come out.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, why should we hold him to that standard?
But he
Like,
probably forgot about that conversation until it came out again.
I forgot about that, bro. How many interviews that dude does he does an interview like almost every single day, working for Access Hollywood.
And if you're a talk show host and, you know, your guest is saying something that's, you know, questionable or like wildly offensive, you're going to be like, okay,
I mean,
let's-
I
let's-
think it's
On the-
easy
on
for
the-
us to
on the opinion factor,
distance
we'll call you out,
ourselves,
though.
too. Yeah, it's easy for us to distance
No, yeah,
ourselves.
it is.
Like, cause like if you really look at it in like plain view, like if I was to right now be like, yo, those girls, I just grab them by the pussy, like they don't do shit. You know what I mean? Like don't do nothing about it. You guys would probably be like, whoa. Like,
yeah, of
what
course,
did this
of
dude
course.
just say? Like
Of
that's
course.
crazy.
Of
You know what
course.
I
Yeah,
mean?
that's 'cause it's-
So like, I think we're distancing ourselves too much. Like we need to think about ourselves in that same situation. You look at it and be like, okay, like you was wrong, bro. Like you didn't have to say something to Trump. Maybe you didn't feel that was your place.
But then
But
how, you know the thing is,
what I
too,
mean? You're not gonna laugh at it.
how do you
like-
know if we didn't say that in private though? Like how do you know you didn't say that after? It was like maybe you was like kind of tweaking out a little bit. Maybe you shouldn't have said that around her. Like what if they had another conversation? You don't even know if they had another conversation ever. No, maybe I'm giving them a little bit too much leeway.
know,
I might be giving them too much
maybe.
leeway now.
Maybe,
but I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, like if you put yourself in that situation, I feel like you're right about us distancing ourselves too much because if we were in Billy Bush's situation, given his job, given his history, given his role as he was there to perform,
I don't think
you'll be like, you know, but when he in any other interview, he'd probably be engaging with that person,
Yeah.
contributing to the conversation, and here he was nervously laughing, saying nothing.
Like imagine that same conversation with your wife standing right next to you, and you giggled at it.
But that's not
and
the
then
situation.
And then y'all get home, and your wife's like, "You laugh at that shit."
Here's the thing,
You know what I
that
mean?
wasn't a situation. In different
That wasn't the
situations, you would do
situation.
different
Can I
It's
find
like-
trash funny? Can I find trash funny? Like, is it like maybe not trash like that, but can I find like other types of trash funny? Like you said, you have people that you know that entertain you. You might not call them your friends, but they entertain you. Like there's people that you chill with, or that people that you maybe don't associate. No, people that you associate with, right? Your acquaintances or whatever, and they provide you entertainment. You don't fuck with them like that, but they make you laugh, or they make your
And
time
half
at
the
work
time
go
you
by
probably think they're
fast or
just
whatever.
fucking around. This was just talking.
Facts, yeah,
Probably
it's
just
facts.
bragging. Just talking shit.
100%.
I mean, I think we should all be able to have our locker room talk. I think that's a thing.
No,
And I think that it shouldn't be, because women have their locker room talk. And I don't know if you've ever seen it before. But, like, that's just crazy. So if they're going to sit here and act like they don't have it themselves.
It's been one of my dreams to get into a female group chat. I haven't achieved that yet.
you won't go nowhere near that, bro. What?
We're probably talking about you.
You want nowhere near that place,
I just want to see what
man.
it's like, bro.
Bro, be prepared to be crying.
You've been in there?
12, nah, hey, man. I ain't have these emotions. I'm just saying, bro. 12 a.m. You
That'd be
about to be
interesting,
like, you be like, damn, what the hell's going on here? I just want to see, man. Hey,
But I don't know. With the Billy Bush thing, I feel like people were too harsh on him. The video came out to portray Trump, and yet it was the other guy's life who was ruined. I feel like that was wrong.
I mean, maybe ruins a harsh word, but his
This
life,
dude-
like it generally got
Turn
worse.
for the worst, yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
he didn't do anything for like 2-3 years after, bro.
Yeah, and he had to make like some comeback redemption type thing that they always do. Which I'm like, is this even necessary for a guy who just laughed? I mean, like dude just laughed, bro. And keep in mind, he had a segment with him later, so it's like okay, you said this crazy shit. I need your segment. So act like we're good again. But I just called you the fuck out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not realistic. That's not realistic.
Unless show business is different.
Yeah, but no, unless you want to lose it. All right, so imagine if you're here, right, and we were having some conversation, right, and then you said something that might have been inappropriate. You might just thought it was banter. Yeah. I'm like, yo, Ruby, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. Fuck you for sticking this, all this, that, and the third, right? And I'm gonna be like, oh, yo, Ruby, we got part. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Ruby on. You're not gonna be feeling some type of way.
My friend from college,
right? You're gonna be feeling some type of way. You're not gonna be like, oh, hey, we're all good now. Hey, like, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I get it.
So I feel that's fair. I don't know.
Show business is a different world.
It is different.
That's why I'm saying
there are a lot of variables maybe we're not considering. Yeah, I'm not considering.
Of course, and even past that, I just feel like guilty by association. I just feel like it's mostly corny. I just feel like you just can't be accounting people for like there is an extent to it. Of course, there is an extent to it. But I think it's just corny to be like, okay, you chill with this person, now you must be that person. Like, no, I'm my own person.
Should it be guilty by friendship and less by association? Because if you're just associated, then how can you be guilty? But if you're deeply friends with them, then it'll be fair to judge you by who that person is, that other person.
But like,
because I can say I know somebody.
So let's go to the cheating thing then. If you're friends with a dude that cheats on his girl regularly,
like friends,
yeah,
right,
you're gonna call him out and you won't mimic that behavior, but you'll still be cool. I mean, or you still might be cool.
I don't know about that.
Like, he's always, given the history of your friendship, he's always been there for you. You trust him with anything. Anytime you were in a pickle, he came back to help you out.
I would have to reduce the capacity that we hang out in. That's the thing.
But is that fair though?
It would take it down. For me, it would be. If you're engaging in behavior that I don't agree with.
For a dude that's always been there for you your whole life, and that's always ride or die for you, always picked you up when you need something.
I'm not cutting him off.
You trust him with your life.
That's still gonna be true, but I'm gonna have to hang out with you less.
All right, then. But the dude might not fuck with you like that then. And is that fair?
That's fine, because I don't fuck with your behavior. And you know that, and yet you still do it. You know I'm not okay with this.
But my behavior is not affecting you, though.
No, but it's affecting how I feel about you. And that has to be considered as well.
That is true.
Just because your actions aren't affecting me doesn't mean I don't feel a type of way about it. Because like we said earlier, that could easily turn on me. If you're not honest with your girl, how am I going to expect you to be honest with me?
Because I've conducted my way this whole time. Maybe that's just how I am with women in the first place.
You know what I'm saying? Womanizer?
Yeah, that could be the case. Like, if your boy's that womanizer type person, and he's always been that way, but you know, like, oh, it's bros before hoes. He always had your back no matter what, and that's just the way he is. I mean, is that really fair of me to be like, okay, now I'm holding him to, he's never done me wrong, and then there's been no capacity where he's done me wrong or any of his other boys wrong. I should be like, yo, fuck you now. At
the same time, you never saw that quote where it said like you can tell a lot about a person by how they treat the waiter, or something like that.
No, I've seen that.
Like, it doesn't matter if he's rude to you or your close circle. If you treat someone else in a shitty way when they've been good to you, you're liable to do that to me at any point in time. It doesn't matter how long I've known you. It really doesn't.
There's ways you can stay away from that aspect of that person's life. Like, let's say we go back to the cheating friend. I'm never going to ask that nigga for relationship advice, because obviously that nigga is having a hard time staying in one. So, you know.
I mean, you could. But
I mean, everywhere else, you cool.
You could. I wouldn't be. That's just, after that, it's just a personal thing for me. I wouldn't be okay with that. If I know you're doing all this stuff and I'm just avoiding it just to save my relationship with you, I wouldn't.
But how many times
I don't like filtering myself around people.
You don't have to.
I agree with you.
No, that's true too. But like, how many times are you gonna be like, all right, you cheat on your girl this week, or like what if you just don't talk to me about it?
No, but then it's tough, bro. Because like, what if I got something really serious going on, and I can't have you around because you're a cheating nigga? Like, I can't talk to you about it. Like, yo, Ruby, what's going on, bro? And then my girl, like, I'm suspicious of something about her. And now, you know what I mean? I can't bring it up with you, because then you're gonna go, man, fuck that. You know what I mean? Fuck that. Yo, bro, let's go out tonight. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm gonna get you a bitch.
But what if he doesn't act like? You know what I mean? What if he doesn't act like that though? What if he respects that you're like this, and he just thinks y'all different in that capacity?
That's a possibility too.
So he's like, you know, I know you're not like this. I know you're like all in that lovey-dovey shit,
yeah,
Khelil. You know, so I won't like, or I'll give you advice that I would find appropriate for that type of thing. Like, I won't give you like, womanizer advice and be like, okay, fuck this, let's hit the club tonight, let's hit the strip club. Let's go see some
I'm not gonna
shorties.
trust a thing he says.
No, you mean I've seen dudes like that go. You know what, bro? I mean, I wish I was like you, bro.
Exactly. That's just not me.
I wish I could be faithful like you, bro. I'm weird like that. I don't know whatever weird shit they say. I've seen
it too. I've seen it too. No, bro.
I don't have anyone like that in my life. I've never been in a situation, but if they told me that they wish they were like me, and if they made no effort to do that,
yeah,
I would not believe you.
It says a lot about.
No, it means like we say you wish, like I wish I was like you.
I don't care what you wish for if you don't put the effort to do it.
Hold on. You find it admirable.
It's a tough one.
You find it admirable that they're like that, and you're like, oh yeah, I'll probably be a better person, but I'm like. That's just not me.
But you saying that when you know I have a problem with
but what if I
already
tried to be like that though? Like I tried to be like that, and I know that's not me now.
Yeah.
Like I tried to put in that effort, and it's just not what I do.
And you know that it bothers me to no end. And you just say this is just how I am.
Hey man, this is how people are.
I might just have to hang out with you a bit. You'll still be my boy. I might just have to hang out with you a
if
little bit. If
you're hanging out with me less, like I'm not gonna feel like your boy no more though.
That's what's gonna happen.
So then I'm not your boy no more. Then.
If we're really that close, you're gonna want to talk to me about things that's happening in your life.
Of course.
And that's obviously gonna include your relationships.
Of course.
And if you want to be my boy, you're not gonna filter yourself around me. But now if you already know that this topic is gonna piss me off, how are you supposed to really be comfortable with me when you know there's this huge part of your life?
I have a real situation like this where I've told this nigga on multiple occasions, this is wrong. Stop cheating on your girl. Every time I see this nigga, this nigga's like, yo, bro, you should have seen this bitch last night, bro. He's like, yo, bro. I told you, bro, stop, yo. How many times I gotta give you advice, bro? Like, cut it out. You know what I mean?
And
like,
the same dude like, yo, she dumped me, bro. I don't know what's good with her, bro. I love her so much. Fuck,
bro. That's when you gotta give him the tough love, bro. You gotta be like, yo, bro, I'm not gonna talk to you about this with you, bro.
But you see how your tough love is different from his tough love, though?
What you mean?
His tough love is like, yo, we're just gonna like our relationship's gonna go from like here to like
I gotta bring it down a little bit. If
your relationship is like, yo, your relationship's like, yo, you're a dumbass.
Yeah.
And
accurate.
Don't talk to me about this shit. Yeah. I'll just rash you. And I've been in situations like that myself.
I'm like, you deserve it, bro.
You're not gonna get tired of that?
Bro, son, what? Recently, like, yo, I had one of my friends tell me like the dumbest shit ever. Like the dumbest shit ever. Right? Like I'm in a happy relationship, but there's this person at work that I can't stop thinking about. And I know he's toxic. He's gonna ruin my life. And like, oh yeah, I think I'm gonna leave my boyfriend. I'm like, bro, what? Yo. I'm like, what? It's like I've been thinking about leaving him before in the first place. Okay, that's cool, whatever. But then you're leaving for like someone else gonna ruin. It's like, well, yeah, he's a bum. He don't got like no school, no like his only job, you know, and freaking.
Bye.
I'm like, yo, you're a dumbass. You're still my girl though. Like, don't get twisted. Like, you're still my homegirl. Don't get twisted. Yeah. Oh, but yo, you're actually an idiot.
Done it. Yeah. I might have to stop fucking with her.
You know what? You see, now I can't blame you for that either though. Yeah. Cause that's like some real stupid, like that's some idiotic behavior though. You know
I
what
could not have that in my life. I could not. We're adults, bro.
You can't have that problem.
Yeah, but it's like you're still my home. Like
with that person, a person who would do that.
Yeah,
that decision making.
But
someone that's capable of that. Yeah,
facts. Yeah, because it's like I'm like, yo, that's so dumb. Like if you want like leaving your boyfriend is one thing, right?
Yeah,
you're unhappy. Talked about before, whatever. But then leaving him and then doing that, it's like, yo, what the hell's wrong with you? But at the same time, like that's still my homegirl. I still like fuck with her. But she's like you know. But now I view her like a little differently now because of that.
I would wish that I could be friends with this dude in the same capacity that I was before.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why I'm telling you I don't like this, because I want you to at least address this or make the effort or at least change it altogether.
Of course.
Because I want that, but just because I start fucking with you a little bit less, or fuck with you a little bit less, doesn't mean I don't want to be your boy no more.
What if I got one? Because your issue, I'm going to guess, is like growth. You want people around you to grow. You know what I mean? And he's stagnant.
Right.
Because he's sitting here playing these stupid games. He's not getting past that. But, like, what if he's growing in other aspects of life? Like, he got his bachelor's degree. He's, like, going for his master's. He's living, like, he's doing good for himself. But he just can't stop cheating. And when you're around him, you know, the educational part of it can rub off on you. The success can rub off on you. But, like, he just cheats on his girl. That's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's tough. Because it's like,
That's a good acquaintance to have.
He's a good acquaintance.
No. He didn't catch that.
I was like, see, exactly. Oh.
That's a good business partner. That's a good, but I can't share my life with someone like that.
Yeah.
You know, I would have a problem with it. And I'm not judging y'all for having, being okay with that. Like, you can still say that's your girl. That's fine for you. Me personally, I can't do it.
Nah, I can't say I disagree with you. I'm just trying to nudge you off of yours, and I'm trying to see where this goes.
Hey, man, welcome to the opinion factory, man.
Because I honestly can't imagine spending so much time with someone. Like, I know, like, I can point to friends in my life, and the traits in me that, I sharpened because of them.
Okay. Yeah.
And now that could easily have gone wrong based on who I had in my life.
Yeah.
And if I can pick, we're all adults, right? You can pick and choose who you have in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you want that type of energy in your life?
Oh, you see, that's 100% true.
We mentioned earlier, everybody has their lines.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's perfect. I might not fuck with you because you got a Nissan. Like, that's my line. That's my line, bro. You know what I mean?
Integrity is one of my lines.
It's tough, man.
That's
It's tough.
big one. I'm over here
It's
talking
tough.
about like that's just one aspect. That's huge, nigga. Your integrity.
No, it is a huge aspect, and I completely understand the thought process of like you're like this with somebody you care about.
Mm-hmm.
You probably doing because that's how I think too. Honestly, like if you like, but I'm just saying maybe the situation where like if it's like your girl versus your boys. I treat my boys like this, but my girl, I don't treat the same way. Maybe you can see like that wouldn't happen to me. But if you're in a situation where it's like okay, I treat all my friends this way. But I'm the exception. Like I'm the la-di-da. Like she's not gonna do like this person. She's not gonna do the same thing. He's not gonna do the same thing to me.
Yeah.
But I do this to all my other friends.
I got one for you.
It's like that's gonna happen. Go ahead.
I got one for you.
Go ahead.
All right. I'm your boy, right?
Of course.
All right. So everybody's talking about me like, yo, this nigga Ruby always stealing from self-checkout. Blah 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 blah. You Alex, you like, yo, bro. You know how much money this nigga Ruby got? This nigga would not steal from self. You defending me.
Okay.
All right.
Uh-huh.
You know I steal from all right, bro. Like, I go to your house, bro, $20 is missing. You know what I mean? Like, are you surprised? You know what I mean? Like
you
yo,
kind
bro,
of brought that upon yourself.
I fuck with you heavy, Ruby. Like, you never stole from me. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm capable of.
Yeah.
Now your Xbox is missing. Because you want to be a good guy.
That's what I'm talking about.
PlayStation.
You could be an upstanding guy in
PlayStation.
My
you
fault.
could be a volunteer at a farm every weekend.
Exactly.
You could be a very upstanding guy.
Everything I'm bringing to the volunteering, I stole. You don't know.
And that's the thing about friendship. You got to be able to be your full self with your friends. You can't cut a part of yourself and then still say I'm friends with that guy.
But I feel like you can with certain things though. Like the abortion thing specifically. It's like I just want to talk about abortion.
When it comes to values.
But that's a value
That's
though.
an easy subject to avoid.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Yeah. So it depends on how easy it is to avoid then. Because what if it's like really easy to avoid? What if it's just like this person's like a fan of this, like you're a fan of Manchester United, and I'm a fan of Chelsea. So don't talk to me about Manchester United because I hate Manchester United.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like
the abortion thing is this huge philosophical debate, and there's compelling arguments on both sides. There's no compelling arguments for cheating. So if you're open-mindedness, then you can still be friends with someone who's on the opposite side of that.
What if there is though? What if it's like, what if there's like a biological debate on it, where it's like, we're not naturally monogamous creatures. This is a society forces on us, and they gave us this
Don't
idea.
get in a monogamous
scumbag,
relationship.
Whoa. You saw how quick he pulled that out?
We talked about this before.
Yeah, we talked about this before, man. Don't put that on.
If you're one of those people who talk about we're not naturally monogamous, you should not be in a monogamous relationship. And if you put that on yourself and then you still cheat, you're a scumbag, and I can't be with you.
See, that's the thing. You don't gotta be in no relationship if you that nigga. You that nigga.
Exactly. If you think like that, why are you married?
Can avoid the situation entirely,
because
bro.
The one person that I cared about the most, they would not accept those terms.
You're not meant. I don't want to say meant to be, but you shouldn't be with that person.
But I care about them the most.
You still shouldn't be with them.
Hey, I'm just saying where the thinking comes from, bro. I'm not condoning this behavior.
Any sounding real right now.
The thing with abortion,
chill.
the thing with abortion is if you're open-minded, if if you're open-minded, you can easily be friends with someone from the opposite side because there's compelling arguments from both sides. Like, I could be friends with a flat earther. I can be friends with someone who, like Kanye, maybe?
Is it a flat earther?
Yeah.
What's the compelling argument behind that?
Like, if they think...
This man's struggling, bro.
I'm not one, so I'm not going to give you their arguments because I'm not one. But if they have compelling arguments...
Talk about Earth. If this nigga want to get into a philosophical conversation, bro, let's not have this conversation.
Don't talk about Earth.
Yeah, bro. Like, if this nigga want to talk about space, I'm gonna get really mad, bro. Like, how you think space is up there, bro? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so don't talk about space. That's fair. That's valid. You don't gotta do that shit.
It's probably easier, I guess.
Well, yeah, you know. So it's like I'm cool. I'm cool with some flat earthers.
Like, how often you looking at the stars with your niggas, bro? I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be alright. I think I could be cool with a flat earth. Just don't bring that up, bro.
Critical thinking might not be the line for you.
Yeah. I mean, to beckon back what you were saying about like what they're capable of. Like if they're that, like if they can't have critical thinking on that.
But what if their critical thinking is you just don't know what you really know? You know, what if it's like, oh, this is a conspiracy because they want us to think the Earth is this way, and then they bring you like some valid conspiracies, and like, I can kind of see where you're coming from.
That's a fallacy. I wouldn't believe
that's
that.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, like wow, I don't know if that is though, man. Like you talk to me about flat Earth, but then you come to me with like the government's doing this crazy type stuff on this other place. So you can understand my leap from that to flat Earth though.
Right, I wouldn't believe that it's true now, but I'd understand.
So then maybe critical thinking.
Actually,
critical
I still
thinking.
Understand it. How you gonna say because the government did some fucked up shit here, then they must be doing some fucked up shit over here? It's not how it goes.
Given the track record, given the history.
They legit said because NASA is a government agency, it has to be corrupt because the government does corrupt things. How?
The government does corrupt things.
That means NASA has to be corrupt?
It doesn't mean NASA has to be corrupt, but it just means there's a chance NASA's corrupt.
They're saying NASA's corrupt because the government is corrupt. That's like saying this
which is all possible.
Because this other conspiracy turned out to be true. That's like nah.
But I can see where you're coming from though.
I still wouldn't give that person that benefit of the doubt.
Well, on the flat Earth thing, but what if they hit you with some other crazy conspiracy and they'd be like, oh yeah, okay, maybe I could believe you there. Like, the only reason I'm arguing is because I wouldn't draw a line at critical thinking. I'll draw a line at the Earth like being flat.
I think that's
you know what I'm saying?
Such a huge like lapse like in your mind for you to think that it's like where else, like, you know what I mean, but with conspiracy theories, I don't. Like, I'm not too dismissive sometimes. Because sometimes you think of something as a conspiracy theory and you come to find out that shit was, like, real. Like,
100%.
When a lot of black people would be like, yo, bro, listen, man, we used to have our own Wall Street. And then they blew it up, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yo, nigga, that never happened, bro. And then you find out that shit happened. Like, that's crazy. So I don't... Not always.
Not always. So I wouldn't draw a line of critical thinking. I just draw
being flat. My nigga, like,
I mean, but how do you think about the Earth being flat
how
or
we
being
get
around?
seasons,
Like,
who
thinks about? I don't know.
How you got nighttime? Who put
They
stars?
They explain all of this.
The sun moves or something. I don't know.
Or God planted the dinosaur bones. Like, I love that one. Like, who got time for that shit?
How can I stay on the beach and see the island that far away if the Earth curves? Shut the hell up.
Yeah, we getting off topic. That's another episode right there.
That's another episode.
Shit.
I was just saying.
Because that's ridiculous, bro. Have me on for that one.
But yeah, man. So I don't know. I feel like we all can agree, right? Mm-hmm. We shouldn't condemn the person for being friends with a person you may not agree with the values.
Maybe for being associated. I want to say we should probably change guilty by association with guilty by friendship. Because if your business partner was trash, but you're in business with him,
yeah, but
does that really mean you're trash as well?
Ooh. But if your business partner engages in shady behavior,
like if he cheats on his wife.
But what if your business partner involves in like backroom deals?
Well, that's obviously reflecting on your business. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about character flaws. Like in my situation, I like integrity.
Yeah.
Right. I'm actually seeing the flaw of that right now as I'm talking about it. But I'm in business with him, and he cheats on his wife, but I'm still in business with him. But now I'm thinking,
He's
What
gonna
else is he
cheat.
cheating with?
Which is a very logical thinking about.
So even by association, you're guilty, I guess, not just by friendship.
Yeah, I'll still keep by association, but I'll just say like, while it's fair to be skeptical of or be, to question it, like you can question Ellen's friendship with George W. Bush. You can't assert your own values onto Ellen. I feel like that's just not fair.
Right.
I feel like we all can agree on there. That's the one.
I can get
the one point of non-contention we've came up with.
I can get with that.
But stop kicking dogs, man. I don't want to kick any dogs in my future, bro.
Chill with that, bro.
Stop it. But what do you guys think, man? Do you guys think it's fair to judge someone as guilty based on who their friends are?
Birds of a feather together.
They do, and there's also context to the
There's
situation.
always
You need to be able to investigate a little further. You shouldn't just judge a book. I don't even know if it's by its cover.
It's not by its
by
cover.
the books it's surrounded by. You might have. You might have a dolphin book. Fuck.
Yeah.
You might have an amphibian book with the mammals books. You might have a situation like that.
It's all animal
they're
planet.
not
A very thought-provoking novel surrounded by a bunch of porn magazines.
exactly, bro.
That was a misplacement, though.
Was it?
Of course. It didn't choose to stay there. Somebody put it
Is the one book that's different? Like your girlfriend?
It's rare. It's rare.
You keep telling
It's
yourself
rare,
that.
but
you keep telling yourself that, man.
It's all about how much you're gonna. Just like with the banter y'all just did just now, is how much you're willing to defend that person in the context of the situation.
And most people from the outside in aren't really willing to investigate in the first place. It's so much easier to just cast your values on that person and say you're canceled. No, you're done.
I can think of so many times where I've heard, everybody was calling her a hoe, blah 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 blah, and now we're like, she's the love of my life.
Right.
People do change.
If they listened to their friends.
Oh man,
Now
y'all got me not even want to wrap this up, man. Damn. We even talk about if George W. might have changed, man. Like shit.
I highly doubt it.
He might have changed. He might have changed, and that's why, that might
just
deserve
off rip that he's not in the same position that he was before.
Of course.
He's not really dealing with the stuff that he was dealing with before.
So he might deserve,
And I feel like a lot of George Bush's flaws was that he dealt with bad situations very, very badly. Like he just made bad situations worse.
Of course.
People would argue it's because he's dumb.
Yeah, not
Would be a
because
valid
he's a
argument.
bad person.
Not because he's a bad person.
Yeah,
he's not
he
bright.
was. Yeah. So,
But does that make him a bad person? Is he better now? Is he now that he's not put in bad situations and he's not making them
yeah,
worse?
he can't act
he's
dumb.
just
Would
better
you-
now?
And which is why
Would you let me do the electricity in your house?
I mean,
Would you let me do the wiring? I've never done it before.
I would not.
So in that situation, I'm stupid. But
That doesn't
I
mean you're a
mean,
bad person, though.
it
wrong
does.
with
It
you.
does make me a bad person because I know full well I can't do it. But I'm gonna go do it at your house.
But you want to learn.
You didn't know that until you did it, too.
I know now. I can't do
You
it. bro.
believe that you can figure it out.
Exactly, son. Come on, man.
Your daddy was an electrician.
Yes.
You used to go to all those different clients with him, and you saw the way he did it.
Nah, bro. I'm a bad. Like when I fuck your house up, you're gonna go, yo, Ruby, lawsuit. Like you're a bad person. You should not have touched my house. You're gonna consider me a bad person. I promise you. I shouldn't have touched your house, bro. I'm a bad person. So that nigga should not have been president. 'Cause he's incompetent.
Okay, so maybe he was bad then, but now that he's not president anymore,
I think y'all
is
said
he still
something about
bad?
this before. Like if they're stupid, that
Yeah, it's not their
They're
fault.
not
Like,
bad.
yeah, it was just,
I swear
they
on
made
y'all
mistakes,
podcast.
but they thought what they were doing was right at the time.
But
But
now
they
you're
turned
not-
out to be bad.
Now you're not putting electricity in people's houses. Are you still a bad person?
Exactly.
If I don't,
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
stop doing it.
And then if I'm friends with you for not, but I'm friends with you after you stop putting electricity in people's house, am I a bad person?
yeah,
No,
I mean, you
no.
see, here's what's gonna happen.
What?
He's gonna be like, yo, you still fuck with that nigga Ruby after he fucked up that person's house. And you gonna be like, Ruby don't do that no more. Like, he's
Exactly.
cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm not a bad person because I associate
but
with you now.
In some instances, people still fuck with people who still do fucked up shit. Like,
Depends on what that is.
Depends on what that
If you
is.
still rock with a KKK, I can't really rock with you.
Confederate flag?
What's your reasoning for it? Is it your heritage?
My heritage.
Shut the fuck up.
Yes, man, it's really dismissive, man. Oh, baby.
It depends on what that thing was, because you messed up someone's house. Like, if you messed up someone's electricity and then they died in the winter because they couldn't get any heat,
I couldn't foresee that.
you know, you shouldn't have been doing that.
You see my callousness? You see I don't give a fuck?
Yeah, you shouldn't have been doing that. You know what I'm saying?
I never see that shit.
She definitely got some people killed, so I can
You know what I'm saying?
I can see, because he got people killed.
Hasn't every president got a person killed before?
But he had no business being president in the first place.
That is not for you to decide.
Well, we just agreed that he was not qualified.
I think we come to
we thought he was.
Doesn't matter.
Hey, man.
I mean, we thought like
the
Trump's using his personal phone, doing all kinds of
people have spoken,
stuff.
man. It just wasn't us.
I can understand why people would question Ellen's friendship with it, but to say that now she condones everything that he did, is a bit of a leap.
Cannot make that assertion. I 100% agree.
You can't say you condone, but at the same time, as I said, if you really fuck with somebody, you should be able to defend them. Are you gonna tell everybody that I don't steal from self-checkout? Will you defend me, Alex?
Do you really have to defend him, though? What if you're like, yeah, he does that. He's a piece of shit for that. Like, I keep telling him that.
Ooh.
But I'm still, at that point, I'm still... What if I was like, what he did as president was abhorrent.
Why is so much of my character dependent on this person I hang out with?
Damn, bro, that's a good point.
You know? It's like, damn, I'm me, bro. Like
yeah,
Ruby that's him, yeah.
Cheats on his girl, like, that's my nigga, though.
That's
I don't
not
know
me.
what to tell you.
I'm my own person. Just like your girl's her own person.
Yeah.
Right? Your girl hangs out with her promiscuous friends, but she's her own person. I see it that same benefit of the doubt. Stop being sexist, man. It's almost 2020.
Bro, this episode's gonna end. Like, yo, where does Ruby stand?
You're open-minded. I like that a lot. Hey, you're very open-minded.
This podcast is not about being right. It's all about perspective, man. Providing more insight, different thinking points. Free thinkers, challenge seekers.
It's important, man.
I'm sure you didn't come here to change your mind about anything.
Hey, man.
If you did, then that's
good.
I
was stern. I was about to cook y'all. Alex, shut the fuck up. You know what the fuck you talking? Yo, bro, I be listening to y'all podcast. I'm like, yo, what? You think that?
Well, now you see where we're coming from.
Hey, man.
It's different when you're in it.
We usually elaborate on our points, and people might think you think that. And then by the episode, they're like, "Oh, damn, he got a point now."
Right. That's why I want y'all to comment down below and let us know what you think.
Baby. Come on, man.
Join the conversation. Add your perspective. Let us know if anything we said was disagreeable. If we're missing something, maybe there's something we're not thinking about when it comes to the guilty by association. It could be a big point that we missed.
It might be.
I don't know. Let me know. Let us know. Comment down below. Like the video. Share the video. Like the audio.
Subscribe.
Share that as well.
Well, everywhere you can find it. Anywhere you listen to podcasts. Apple, Stitcher, Spotify. Also on YouTube for the video. SoundCloud. Anything you can think of. We there.
And thank you again to Ruby for joining us this week.
It's a pleasure to have you, sir.
And we're going to see you guys next week.